Want unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.
Yes. First of all, we just want to apologize for the late start. It is our fault from the Pan African Daily TV because Mr. Tumi Tata, who is a technical assistant for today, had some other commitment and is just joining us right now. So we thank you, Tumi, for being here on time with us. And because our queen was already here, and like you can see her seated. Today we want to pump up our man. It's all about the manhood. We want to give you some encouragement, some powers like mothers. We want to tell you everything is so right. And you can see our queen sitting right here. Everything looks so good now. Now I also get a feedback from Patrick Kasarim that is calling me and telling me everything out there is under control and that we should give him some 2-3 seconds to get us hooked and connected on all the other platforms. Thank you so much, Patrick Kasarim. You're doing a very wonderful job out there on the continent as our director for Pan-African Daily TV on the continent of Africa. You're doing a wonderful job. I also want to thank Naisha, who is joining us also from Germany, and trying to connect and put all the nicks and corners together. So the whole team is all set. And now I've been having a lot of feedbacks on our single men and fathers that are really saying they're looking forward to this conversation today because the one thing that has been missing, they felt like they've been left out. They have single parents, particularly men, that are struggling to raise even daughters at home. There are others that have lost their jobs. There are others that are dealing with other challenges, and they need the powers of the mothers and the queens to actually back them up, support them in every engagement that they are undertaking. So this show is a power one like we had yesterday. And as you can see, the queen mother auntie is sitting there right, comfortable, ready to dish this out, right? And she's going to tell you the way it is. She's not going to wobble around or try to be politically correct. She's just going to tell you this is the point. And be aware of the fact that this is the first series in the African manhood possession, the right of possession of the man, right? And from our mother point of view, not just from systematic educational point of view, we want to talk to you as mothers, as the queens, when we understand where it hurts, because we all raised you, we brought you into the space, we know what the challenges you might be going through in your own individual lives. We raise you, you move ahead, we raise you, you move ahead. So yes, it is a special occasion when the queens are sitting here and other queens backing us up there to say, yes, it's the right time. We have to empower our kings going through their own individual challenges as well. We all are one people. And like the concept and principles of Manhood says, we are a balanced people. We know no gender inequality. These are all structures that were brought to us. We are one people. We are connected. And so each one in his own space and responsibility. But we complement and support and encourage and empower one another. We don't fight against each other. That is not our concept. That is not the ancient spirituality that we have. Our spirituality has always been the queen and the king, and the king without the queen without the king. So we're about to roll. Patrick is saying everything is okay, so we can get back into the studio to welcome our queen mother. I mean, can you just tell us a little bit? When I went through your biography, that you're even a former U.S. Soldier, Queen NaDaDa.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yes. Well, I came to Germany to get. I came to Germany through the U.S. Army. Okay.
Right.
And I was a teletype. I was on signal unit, and we repaired the machines that sent messages. So we had to go out in the field. I had to actually carry a weapon, a gun. And I was in there just to get to Germany, but I served 2 years, 8 months in the military. Okay. And then they finally kicked me out after, because I determined not to listen at the rules, and I took my private owned vehicle on site. So they kicked me out with I still got an honorable discharge, but I was on the economy and I wanted to stay in Germany because I felt secure. And because I'm in Germany, I've came to the point of being everything I really, well, not everything I really want to be, but living the life I wanted to have.
Yes.
I was I became I sold flowers since 1984 because I got in trouble and I was out of the military. So I had to marry the German flower man. And he married me. And I'm telling you, I'm very, very fortunate because he married me because I told him, if you marry me, I put an ad in the newspaper, black woman, intelligent, sexy, hardworking, want to marry a German man. And I got all these replies back in a couple of weeks. I couldn't speak a word of German. It was just because I went to jail one night in Germany for doing something very stupid. So they gave me 3 months to be in Germany or go back to America. And I was like, I'll never go back to the ghetto. I'm sorry. So I put that ad in the paper, and he answered he was my neighbor. The flower man was my neighbor. So I asked him to interpret the letters for me. And he began to interpret the letters, and he said only a prostitute would make a notice like this in the newspaper. And I said, I'm not a prostitute. I'm desperate to stay in Germany. I have nothing in America, my family, but we're all poor. Let me stay in Germany, marry me. And so he's like, I'll never marry you. I only want to be with German women. No, never, never. And so I said, well, marry me, I'll make you rich. I'll work day and night and make you rich. He said, make me rich? Okay, I'll marry you. So that's how I got. And we lived in a mansion. He lived on one side and I lived on the other side, which I'm very thankful. We're still friends today. That was in 1984. He told me, I don't want you sexually. You're not a German woman. I only sleep with German women. So I, of course, I was 38 or something like that. You got a little more heat in your body than when you get over 50. So, and I was offended, but he also said to me, please find a man to satisfy your other needs. Okay. So I'm very, very thankful now that because he's one of the most trustworthy friends that I have. I do my body at him. He'd be like, no, you're not German. I don't want you. So we were like sisters and brothers for 7 years. And then I divorced him and I married a German. I thought for love. And we were together for 18 years and it wore out. Okay. So he's still my friend also. So I have two very good German friends and both of them are my ex-husband. Okay. And they're proud of that title also. And so am I. So, and then I got about in 2001, I came in Germany in 2079. No, in 1979. So I've been here now 41 years. Yeah, I've been in Germany 40 some years. But what was I saying? Oh God. Oh yeah, 41 years. And I'm after I left him because I got these songs. I started writing songs, and this song "Ich liebe Deutschland." It came to me one day because I was just so thankful that I had a chance to live in Germany, live my life in peace. My creativity, because of the flowers, begin to flow. So then I started singing and writing songs, and so I was. One day I got this song "I Love Germany," and so I ran home to my second ex-husband, Robert was his name, is his name. And I said to him, oh, I got a great song. The German's going to love it. I just want to tell him how much I love him. He's like, listen, I'm watching soccer. Can you just wait? So I went in the bathroom and I was crying because my husband, he hurt me. And let me see what I want to say. And so now, um, uh, I told him, he said to me, don't sing that dumb song in public. Don't sing it in the house. It's so stupid. So I went about a year without singing the song. And then one day I thought to myself, no, I'm going to sing my song. I had to go to his mother's birthday party. I drank 2 glasses of wine and I sang the song. And from that point on, all the people began to love the song. They told me, send it to Stephen Robbie, will make you famous. And so a year after that, I sent a video, and then another year went by, and they began to sing the song. So when I came to the studio, everyone in the studio knew the song. Okay, and it became a world hit. The song, I mean, not a world hit, a European hit. Switzerland, all the countries. That song became a big hit. And uh, so the thing about it, said I became a famous star singing. If you go to YouTube, you'll see some videos where I'm singing for 50,000 people, all singing that song. As I sang and was very popular on TV, I also was on the German welfare because I went to the TV studio and I signed a contract in Germany, in German, that I did not read because I gave it to my ex-husband to read, Robert to read, and he said it's fine, it's fine. But it was to give all my copyrights away. So you know for yourself that Stephen Robb became the biggest showmaster in Germany. From that one song. He made 4 versions of it, and he just made billions off of that song.
Of course.
And I made pennies. But you know what? Stephen Robb, I am so grateful to him because he was the one that taught me that I have enough talents in me to make millions. Okay. So now I'm doing the flowers still, but I just told you I bought land in Ghana. Yeah.
Yes.
With someone Lance Skirb introduced me to. So I would like to just now, that's enough about me, isn't it?
Yes, that's quite enough, but you know, your audience don't even know enough of you like me also
Okay.
in German that I know, because that hit that you're talking about, Ich liebe Deutschland, I love Germany, it was not just singing in front of 50,000, it became the national anthem for
Yeah.
sport
Yeah.
on German television, and it was just everywhere. To be honest with you, NaDaDa, if it was still in that period, I don't even think that we'll have the possibility, even the chance to even host you on the Pan African, because you were such a bomb, and
Yeah.
every African woman and child became, you know, they looked up to you because each time they showed a black woman and the powerful woman on the mega TV singing at all these football competitions, everybody was just like, oh, that's my sister. Oh, that's my queen. Oh,
Yeah.
that's my, you know, we could really identify, and we were really, really proud of you. And we're so thankful that you're here because this experience that you've been through, like, you know, being even not just from our own Black African men, but you've already gone through a series of experiences, and you say, no, I want to talk some love into our African manhood. What is it that you want to tell us about? All about. We're all ears. We're waiting. There's single parents
Okay.
out there waiting. They're young
Okay.
men, boy child. So all of them, they are waiting. They want to hear
Yes.
something. So
Okay, but let me just take a minute, please, to give some shout outs to people, to the men, the kings that got me here, if that's
yes,
okay.
it's a
Okay, I'll start with Dr. Ray Hagen, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Dr. Alam L. Bay, um, Lance Skirb, Reverend Dr. Shock, um, just who else? I got so many men, so many people helped me become this person that I am. Okay. And also, I have to say, my husband was the greatest teacher for me to teach me patience. So many times I wanted to hey, that's it. I don't want no more. So this is why I want to I want to talk to Black men because my husband, a lot of Black men don't know. With all my fame and everything, I went and married a man, the richest man really that I know right now, but his pocket, he doesn't have 1 cent. He doesn't have 1 cent. He's so full of love and to his mother, to his family, and to me. that I just say, hey, you don't have to have money. I'm gonna marry him. And it has not been easy because he's a very shy person. He was a very religious person, and actually religion kind of like put a division between man and woman, so the thing about it is that we have to leave all of those beliefs and come to knowledge. And the first step in learning to love a woman as a man is to first of all love yourself. Look in the mirror. I want y'all to take some pencil and paper, okay? Because you need to go over these things I'm going to give, these points I'm going to give you. You need to go over them. You need to repeat them and confirm them in your life, okay? When you look in the mirror, I don't care how you look. Uh, because it's what you think about the way you look, okay? When you look in the mirror, you have to say that you were created in the image of God, okay? You're created in the image of God. God did not make a mistake. In fact, you're made in a perfect image of God. And you also have that God within you. So when you begin to look at yourself and say, hey, I'm in the image of God. Wow, what a masterpiece. Confirm it to your own self. Don't wait on someone to love you. Fall in love with yourself. And this is one of the most prominent sayings that they have in the schools, the ancient African schools, the ones that taught the Christ and the high priest. They had, man, know yourself. Okay, that was very, very important. Also, the opposite of that is that all bad things, all problems come from the lack of knowing yourself. Because once you begin to know yourself and love yourself, that's very, very important. When you love yourself, there's just some things you will not step over the boundary deliberately to hurt people. You see? And then when we look at, we can use the words of Christ as an example. Uh, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? When we begin these two principles, when you start using them daily, take time out for yourself. Take time out to say, I love myself. I am a wonderful work of art created by the Creator. And he lives, or no, she lives, or they live within me. Okay? That everything else, what we got to do as a people, we have to put our beliefs aside. We have to put our work aside. We have to put everything aside and make loving African, myself, and African the most important thing. And once we do that, we have the blessings of the universe. Our ancestors are waiting for us to join in love. And I just want to say, because it was so difficult for my husband coming from a religious background, very, very shy, never really asserted himself. He gave all his power to Allah. And when I begin to look at him and say, wow, this is a powerful man, he just don't know it. So we had a lot of problems in the beginning, because I said to him, just tell me, what have you done for yourself while you're depending on Allah to do it? Because it doesn't work like that. You're the man with the breath. That breath came from the Creator, and everyone came on this earth for a purpose. Okay, so now if you want a woman that is compatible for you, first of all, you have to love yourself. Because even if you get a woman that you wanted to have and you don't love yourself, it will not last. Nothing lasts until you love yourself. If you say, oh, I love my children, if you truly love your children, you cannot truly love your children or anyone else before you love yourself. Correct. That is the number one step. Write it down. Write it down. Because and every day confirm to yourself, I'm a beautiful person. When you start putting that in your mind, when you get it to the point where you can start just thinking that your heart get it in your soul, in your spirit. I'm a beautiful person. I was created in greatness. I'm made in the image of the creator. You know, I'm a man, I'm a king, I'm a prince. And my princess and queen is there for me. And you have to speak also. Another very, very, very important man that you can learn simple ways of using your mind to get everything you want in your life is Reverend Ike, Ike. Okay, when he teaches you about the power of using your mind, if you say, "Oh, I can't find I wish I had a good woman," that's different than saying the power comes in me say, there's a good woman for me. It's just a matter of time before we meet. You have to start speaking into reality. You are the God. You are the God. The God in you is what's going to get you everything you want. And when you begin to confirm what you want, all my desires are always met. Always. I'm talking about me personally now. My desires are always met. Now, they don't always come when I expect them to come. But do you know why my desires are met? Because I am acting in my goddess power. And I know that everything good is going to come to me. Nothing bad can happen to me. If anything bad happened to me, I won't get hurt. That's just that's it's like second nature to me because I've been using this principle for quite a while. So now I'm saying to the black men, the young men, those men that are there raising their children alone, there's a woman for you. Sometimes it's hard to find, especially if you're looking for a younger woman to take a man with a family. But the right woman is there for you. There's a partner for everyone. You have to get over your own self and say, hey, you have to start saying, she's there. She's there. It's just a matter of us connecting. You have to start seeing yourself with that person you want to be with. And you have to come with an open heart. You have to come with honesty. You can't come to someone trying to connect to someone and trying to hide something from them because it's going to come out, it's going to play. It means that you're not real. If you love yourself, you'll be real. And then your partner will connect to you. You don't have to look for it. It's the working of the universe. If you give good, you'll get good. If you think good, you'll get good. Okay. And there's only one O missing out of the word God. So God and good is really synonymous. Okay. So everything that you want, if it's a good desire, you shall have it if you know that you are the creator of your world. We have been torn apart purposely because our job as women, I showed you the photo where Isis was sitting, Osiris, the king, on the throne, wrapped in bandage, white bandage, which means, that was his, he was dead. But she set him back on the throne. And it applies in our lives today. Look, when you have a man, he just don't know. Most men just don't know. They think they know women, but we don't think like we think opposite from you. So you cannot know us. So I give you one good point. When you see a woman that you want to talk to, but you're scared to talk to her, if you approach that woman, the first thing she sees is the fear in you. But if you're confident in yourself and say, hey, I'm going to talk to her and she's going to talk back to me, that opens the door. That put positive energy. It gives a circle of power around you, and you can you'll see that you'll have more opportunities coming to you if you open and move your personal doubt about yourself, doubt about if someone would go with you. This is for men and some men. Some men are older. Some men they're hung up because they don't they're not so well equipped as some other men are, or they think they're not. And I just want to say, every man was given what the creator gave him. Use it to your best ability. Don't cut yourself short out of life and love because you think, who's going to want me? No, if you want yourself, someone else will want you. If you want to be with someone, the first thing you should do is when you're with a woman is to ask her, what do you tell me things that you would like for me to do for you. Tell me what makes you happy. Find out, talk to her openly, and see if this is the type of woman. You can also find out if this is the type of woman that you want to be with. The door is always, as long as you're breathing, you will always have a chance. If you start your morning off with thank you, and you're saying thank you just because you open your eyes and you're breathing, okay, that's a lot to be thankful for, because without a breath, you can't do anything else, okay? And if you can get up out of the bed and without, if you can get up out of bed and move around and think with your own mind, wow, we have so much to be thankful for. When you start your day off like that, it's very, very, very difficult to be defeated or to be negative or to have things, bad things coming in your mouth, in your circle, because you're putting out power, positive power, love power, which is the greatest power. Okay. So now, when I was thinking about my husband, and I have to just say this here, and I hope he's looking, because I told him to please watch. you know, when on our wedding night, and this is personal, so maybe but it's not bad, okay? It's just to help you all, maybe you can get something from this, okay? Because a lot of men are afraid of a woman, a powerful woman, okay? You think, maybe she's going to try to control you, but a true queen knows how to build her king up, okay? And the first time my husband and I got together, my husband was so shy. He just kept his clothes on, kept his clothes on. I was like, okay, well, when are you going to take your clothes off? And he said, baby, I'm very shy. I said, yeah, but we're married now. Come on, you know. So he did. He did. He went in the bathroom and he stayed in there a very long time. And I was about to fall asleep, to be honest with you. And then he came out. And I looked up at him and I said, but why are your what is that, jockey pants or underpants? Why are they still in front of you? Why are you hiding? What are you hiding from me? Do you know that it was almost a fight to get him from stop hiding? um, but the thing about it is that I'm the type of woman, I know how to handle my man. Okay. And some women, if a man will allow them, like if you don't know really how to deal with a woman, tell her to guide you. Tell her, allow her to guide you, because there's so many. What I found out about most American men, we are exposed to a lot of things concerning relationships. Even though we do have a lot of problems, we have a lot of problems. But especially when it comes to things like sex, we have a lot of different experience, because we're surrounded by all different types of other people, and most of those people are not religious, because I found that most people that are religious, they have something negative about sex. They don't see the joy of just the joy, just this joy of just being free and having sex when you want to, which is the greatest time for a man and woman to connect spiritually and to bring into reality everything they want. That's what we have not been taught. That sexual contact is the best way, the most powerful way for a man and woman to bring into reality what they want, because you got the whole universe right there with you. Okay, all the ancestors right there with you. Woo-hoo! So it's very important that when you get involved intimately, that you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then you have to just show me. Maybe show me. That's one thing I want to say, because I know our parents do not talk to us about sex. We do not have Black parents do not tell their children about sex. And that is one of the biggest problems that causes breakup between people. If the marriage bed, if the bed is if the sex if the bed is room is good, you know what? You think twice before you break up with someone. It's very simple. Am I talking too much?
No, 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 no. You're not talking too much. I'm just trying to imagine. Do you think that normally in without the pressure, and like yesterday we were talking about the trauma that we as Africans that the men have some kind of trauma
Yeah, a
with
lot of trauma, a lot of trauma. Because the black man is the most powerful creature. I mean, he's the most powerful living soul on earth. The black man. We are the ones. The black man's seed is the one who, with the black woman, started humanity. Okay, and I want to tell you another thing too. We're so powerful. When you look at that Washington Monument, I was telling you about that. That
Mm,
obelisk that sits in front of the Washington D.C. There in front of the White House, or no, not the White Washington Square or whatever they call that. But that monument was designed. That's the by the in ancient time the African women wanted to show their men how important and how powerful they were. And that symbol symbolizes a black penis. Okay. Now you have to wonder, why is it the greatest country or the greatest place on earth? And it's also in the where does the Pope live there in Rome? Basilica?
mhm,
Yeah, they have one there. So when thousands of Europeans are going there to kiss the Pope or that time of year, they have that right in the middle of that that yard with they all gathered around. They have one of those. They have that same uh, black penis, but they're not black anymore. Okay, but that's what it's representing, and it's representing that because the Europeans know they took all our books and they found out our writings. They showed they know that the power of the black man. They also know that if they destroy the black man, if they can get more, they can get faster to the black woman.
mhm.
Okay, and they also know that if a black woman and a black man are together, it's almost impossible to stop them. They know that. So that's why they targeted. So that's why all our men, most of the men, even doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have, because we have been through this mind, what do you call that? Destruction. Yeah, yeah. We've been torn away from being Africans. That we have not learned how to how to connect again. We've been ever since we've been encountered with the European, they have torn us, they have separated us. Okay, so it's hard for a black man, it's hard for a black woman, but the black man has been so everywhere. He's always got to prove that he's a man. But when you start to realize in looking at yourself, I am a man, no matter what's going on around you. God created me as a man, and I can do anything except fail. When you begin to do that, you kind of like uh, release yourself from being so caught up in the trauma. And like the Rab said, you can't help what happened to you, but what you can do is make a better life for yourself because you have all the power within you. The reason why they've been suppressing you for what every 6,000 years, that's because you're so powerful. There's no other people on earth that is as powerful as black people. And you know what else? We're the most loving people on earth. Our nature is to love. So that we are so separated. It's not. It's by design of the society of the people that run us. The whole world went on to make Africans be in the position that we are in. Okay, but the creators gave us the greatest place on earth. gave us the wealthiest place on earth. And in fact, every land that you see built up, when you want to come to Europe, don't you know that without Africa, there would be no Europe? Okay, they built everything from Africa, the natural resources and the African bodies. Okay, the African built the whole world. Okay, also when you now take when you take a book or what's in a book or people in a book or the characters in a book and you put them more over you, like you believe in Jesus, you believe in Christ, you believe in whoever you believe in, and it's not more than you believe in yourself. That's the first mistake. But then if you love and give more praise to someone that's out in the sky than to your wife or your husband, that's a very bad mistake. And it actually it goes against God because charity starts at home. Home, I'm talking about home. Charity starts at home. Once we start loving ourselves, listen, there's no stopping us. Okay. And I want to say also, you people that are listening at me, please make donations because this, what we're giving here, is you won't get it anywhere else. Okay. We're open, we're going on a new frontier to save our men. That is our jobs as queens. And we have enough queens that can save you, wise queens. In fact, uh, the African culture was that the queen made the king. The mother, queen mother made the king. The throne represent the lap of a mother. So that must means that we are very, very important. And I want to just tell you the thing about the first Trinity was a black man, a black woman, and a black child. Okay, if that's how it was. And when we begin to take the woman out of that triad, we look at the world. When the women were in charge of the world, when my aunt was there was no word for hate, jail, cheating. We didn't have those words. Hunger, we didn't have those words. So now what we have to do is go back to the mother. Most of the men that are out on their own with a family, uh, our mothers were not given the knowledge that we have a chance to get. So now in this time, we can get the knowledge and we can help you. If you come to us, if you open your heart and say, I want to know. I want to know how to be with the woman. I want to know how to love a woman. And I just gave you the first step is loving yourself. Okay. Then when you get a partner, begin to love her as you love yourself. Okay. Once you start loving yourself, you can't do no other way, to be honest with you. Be honest with you. If you love yourself, you can't give nothing but love. But if you don't love yourself, you will be searching all the time. If you begin to see African woman, just look at go on the YouTube and look at the Black Madonna, and you'll see the Pope. That's what they pray to. Okay, they pray to the Black Madonna holding a black baby. Why? Because they know the power. They know the power of a black woman. They use all of their energy to keep us to keep us, their energy and money to keep us in this position separated. Here is our chance now to come together. Let us do that. Don't give us a like, give us that thumb up, okay? Give us a share, but also give us money. You don't have to give money if you don't have money. Then give us a like. But if you have money, send something. Help this ministry. Help. This is a way. This is our new ministry of rebuilding ourselves. Because once we build our men, we are also being built up. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'll take a break. My mouth hurts.
Okay, Mama. Thank you so very much, Ma Bentley. It is just take a little bit as you're saying. I
Oh,
want
let me.
to.
Yes. Please excuse me, please. Please. My name NaDaDa. It means daughter of the Creator and sister to humanity. Okay.
Yes.
So I love that name.
Yes, I know. Mama NaDaDa. It is an awesome, just listening to a queen mother and a big sister and an elderly talk to us, just tell us how it is.
Yeah.
I don't know any other shortcut that you could have said it. I don't know whether, even if you listed 100 reasons and points to manhood in Africanness, if you did not say love yourself first, every other thing wouldn't make sense. Loving first, like you said.
Yeah.
And we've
Yeah.
seen that our African men, our boys, our boy child, most often they come up from broken homes. Most often they come up from the pressure. Most often they're going through some challenges in their life, like you say, the insecurity, and then the expectation of the community from them, what they have to. And on the other part, we also see that because of the community and the standards and the system, there's some privileges that, because of arrogance, because of ignorance, also, you
Yeah.
tend to bundle yourself, you wrap yourself in all this, let me just say what, materialistic thing. So you become
Yeah.
somebody else. You're not really truly you. Now
Yeah.
you don't even know yourself first. Talk less of even knowing who you are. And
Mm-hmm.
then number two, sometimes African men in that kind of hierarchy that we've been taught or brought up is, they feel like, they don't have to ask anything because of that superiority. It is
Mm-hmm.
an inferiority complex to even say I can ask if I don't know, if I ask my
Mm-hmm.
woman. So because you've been taught in a kind of a nature that I'm a man, I can solve all problems. I am the king. So the king has a lot of weight and
Yeah.
responsibility. The community looks up to you as a
Mm-hmm.
king to
Mm-hmm.
solve problems. The community holds you, cannot raise a family, so you're not a real man. The community holds you accountable. Oh, if you cannot run a home, you don't need to cry. You don't need to be broke. You don't need to. The queens are looking up to, oh, my man has to feed. My man has to donate. My man has to be a man that. So it is a whole kind of like, it's a bundle of fakeness that you're
Yeah.
carrying all around you, and you begin to carry that pressure. And when you release that pressure, you release it on your queens, you
Yeah.
release it on your children, you release it on yourself.
Yeah. That's right.
On yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like the whole world is against you.
Yeah.
You feel like, you have to be that man that the whole world wants you to be. No, you don't have to, isn't it? And
Yeah.
I think everything that you say, summarizing in life, being yourself, love yourself first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yes, loving yourself first. And listen, my husband, sometimes he feels bad because he doesn't have money. And then he needs money. And, he never used to ask me for money. But I told him, listen, if you cannot build anything without money, you can ask. You can ask me for money, because I know that you need money, because I see the conditions that he can work all day. He might get $10 as a welder, as a professional welder, So I know that the possibility of making money is very limited in in Africa. Now, all around the world, really, for Black people. Uh, but especially in Africa, there is so limited opportunities for you. But my husband now is doing a business, because you see, he also had, when you are in a poor situation, you begin to think poor. Okay. And I started telling my husband, listen, I'm not going to send you any more money. You got the car. You said that once I have a car, baby, I can start making money. Now what you have to do is use your mind. What can you do with your talent to start an increase? So he started making pots, cooking pots. Very good thing. Something that doesn't cost a lot and goes fast. He has some women's at the market. buying his pots now. So he has a steady income. Then he make rakes and shovels, things that he can. Now he's actually being the god of his own life, having money because, um, I could tell sometimes he would feel bad because he didn't have money. But the right woman, she knows how to guide her man into being. If you start seeing that, hey, I am a money making machine. I do have talent. There's something I have in me that people will pay for. If you can get your mind out of, I don't have this yet. Nobody wants me. Nobody likes me. If you start saying, oh yes, I like myself and I am worthy. I deserve to have money. That changes the whole that changes it changes the way you act, because then you'll start to, seeing opportunities will open up to you if you know that. And now my husband's like if he said, babe, you know what, I was just thinking, man, God is so good. I said, what God? He said, God in me, baby. He said, I was just thinking I need money to finish paying that bill. And he said, and I thought, I'm going to get money. And someone called me and told me they had 600 CDs for me that owed me for a container he made. And I just said, that's the way you do it. What you want, you have to speak it. And you know what else? You have to know it. You have to confirm it to yourself. I refuse to stay broke. Build yourself up. Opportunities will come to you. Don't stay in your house and wait. They're not going to come in your house and knock on your door. Go to different places full of confidence. I will get some work. And you give yourself, don't, like me, like now, I just came home from work. I work 4 days a week selling flowers. And listen, it's a very hard job because I'm on the side of the road with my car. I have to build it up, takes me an hour, takes an hour to sit it down. No matter what the weather is, I'm standing out there, And so the thing is that when people see me, I don't dress glamorous because I'm selling flowers. 98% of my customers are men. So I'm selling flowers to the mainly white people. And I'm so happy because I'm telling you, they really support me. They really support me because flowers are not a part of our culture. But the thing about it is that I was at the point where I got really sick and I was just down and depressed. And I just said, if you could just get back. An old German lady said to me, go back to your, in fact, I was at the point where I wanted to kill myself because of, I thought I was in love with someone who rejected me. But she said to me, go and open up your flower shop. So when I go out there, I'm building myself up, I'm giving. And this is what it is. When you don't have anything, you just, whatever you get, you just hold it so tight. Whereas nothing can come in your hands when they're closed. But if you would give a little bit of what you do have, share a little bit with someone else. Just anyone, just share a little bit of what you have with someone else. You will be surprised how fast blessings come back to you. You see? Because you get what you give. You have to, that's another thing about learning to love yourself. You also become a giver. You want to see your brother do good also. If you love yourself, you're a giving person. And most of us that you see are down, we don't give. We think we don't have nothing to give. Even if you give them a hug, even if you give someone a good word, you've given what you have. You see, and this is how we have got to stop looking at people as being Muslim, Christian, Buddha, whatever they are, Ghana, Nigerian, all these different names. We have got to start saying, that is my brother. That is my sister. We have got to start helping each other. Don't wait on the people, the politician and the people that's got money to give you. Among you, there is a little money. No matter how poor you is, you got a little food, you got something that you can share. Start sharing what you have. And from that point on, trust me, your circle of blessing will increase. Increase. Yeah. So yeah. First loving yourself, then you can share love. Start giving. Giving. To give is to live. It's written in the scriptures. It's better to give than to receive. And listen, when you give, you do receive. You receive back, And God is a giver. God and goddesses are givers. Okay. We've been pulled away from the way. There was never a word for hunger in Africa before the Europeans came. Look at that. They had gold running on. The dogs had gold on them. Okay, the gold was everywhere. Gold and diamonds, all the precious stones are given to us. Why? Because the Creator saw us, the most powerful people. We are the first people. Why? Because we are a copy of the Creator. So that means that the Creator Spirit in us, the breath giver, okay? And everyone has a Creator in them, because if you're breathing, that there's only one breath giver, okay? And so you have the power. You have the power, no matter what your condition is. You have the power.
Ashe.
Yeah. You have the power. And
Ashe.
so what we do is you have to get to yourself. You have to get to yourself. You have to confirm, I can do anything but fail. I don't care what is going on around me. If I would go back to the ghetto now, it would not be that I would be suffering, because I know how to live now, no matter where I'm at. And I am going to the ghetto. I go to the 13th of this month. I'll be seeing my husband in Dancerman Estate, and the estate that's really a ghetto. But that's why I married him, because I thought I was marrying the prince. When I tell my husband this story, he say, "Oh, that makes me sad." I said, "Why?" I thought I was marrying a prince because he paid half of my airplane ticket when we first got together. We met on the telephone, and we courted on the telephone for a year and a half. His friend he adopted me as his mother, and he lives in Frankfurt. So he told me when I was going through my divorce that he has a very nice man for me to meet, and that was my husband. So we talked to each other for a year and a half on the telephone. And one thing that really, really made me think that my husband was wealthy is because when I told him, I said, "Okay, if we go, we need to meet, and to see if we really want to be together, we want to marry each other." And I told you about that story with running back to the airport. But so I said, "But you have to pay half of my airplane ticket." He said, "No problem, baby. I have 4 tenants." And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm going to marry my prince, because now he's living on an estate. And he paid half of in fact, he sent the money so fast. I think it was the next day. I was scared to even collect it from the guy that was to give it to me, because I thought this might be a trick, because I was a little afraid. But anyway, and so when I got on the plane, I was totally confident I'm going to marry my African prince. Okay. So when I got there, I told you it was a shock, but his personality and his family. So there is some good. I saw the good in him. And I also knew, like he said, "Baby, you can argue with me. I can take it, because I know you can't beat me." So I can argue with him. And he used to not really respond. But now I don't have to argue with him. I talk loud anyway. But he's such a wonderful person, because it's always, "Baby, calm down." That makes me argue more. But he stays so calm. He always speaks calm. He's a giant man, but he always speaks calm. But I just want to encourage those who don't have money. My husband don't have, but he has a little money coming in now, as I say. But he didn't have no money. I couldn't believe it. I had to pay for everything. When they said the wedding ceremony, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have a big wedding ceremony for my family. I had to pay for it. And then so now the thing about it, but I have in the whole time I've been in Germany, when I was married to my second husband, we had a great marriage for 15 years. It's true. We were together, I think 18, 19, something like that. I don't remember. But we had a great time. We went all around. He was the one that started taking me to Africa. It was him that took, because you know Germans, they love to go on vacation. So he was the one that introduced me to the, because as an American, we don't want to go to Africa because of what we see on TV. Okay.
Mm.
So now I'm just telling men who don't have money. That doesn't stop you from having a woman. If you follow the principle of loving myself, you would trust me. Money comes, money is also spiritual. Money comes to those who know that they deserve to have money.
Correct.
And money comes to those who
Mm.
use the creativity, which
Mm.
is what you were given. There's something in every person that only
Mm.
you can do.
Wow.
And that will bring you money. That
Speak
will
on,
bring
my
you money.
queen.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you are the goddess.
yeah. No, you are too, my sister, my queen.
You know, you're speaking, and even I have my your son here to me, and he's just nodding his head like, yes, this is just it. I mean, this is to me is 21, right? And if every young man, we're talking from even the parents, our brothers, our uncles and papas and everything, the situation that we all live in and that we've all
Yes,
inherited a culture and a system that is not our own.
that's right.
What the goddess is telling us is just exactly what our parents would tell us. They would not even tell us the way they're saying, but you just see the way they excel. Not all, but they're
Yeah,
always there to tell you you would make it.
yeah,
So
that's
where
right.
does the fear comes from? And because of the fear, we're talking about the hurt that you carry and the burden as our kings. But then you pour these burdens on us, the queens,
That's
because
right.
of the pressure.
Yeah,
But if you can talk to us and you trust yourself and you love yourself and we
yeah.
share, where would the problem come from? So
Yeah,
we
it
have to
wouldn't be
go
a
back to
problem.
these principles of balance,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, when we give to each other, when we give to one another, we're giving to all, to each other. When we give to one another, we're giving to each other. Okay. So that means that when you give, you receive. Okay. And that person that's receiving is also giving. Okay. So the thing about it is that if you have confidence in yourself, trust me, you cannot stay down. You cannot stay down because I mean I was just I've been through so many changes. There was time when I couldn't even pay my rent, and my landlord, she just waited, or sometimes almost, she waited months for me to pay her. And when I started paying, I would give her like 50 euro for 350 euro, paying a piece by piece by piece. So I finally got it, because I was in a point where I didn't want to use my talent. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't know myself. So I had to go through the training of finding out who I was and
Mm.
what I really want in life. Okay, and I'm telling you, one of the greatest teachers for that is Reverend Knight. Reverend Knight is so good. He's so good. And then like Reverend Shock was saying, uh, all the things that we carry with us and all the things that we are doing now is a result of what has happened to us. But we have to make our mind up today. I'm sorry, nothing can stop me. I am successful. I am a Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin. And that's what you have to say. I'm a money making machine. I make money even when there's no money around. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about, this is what you have to start telling yourself. If one person can have money, I can too. Move out of the dry land and go to where the land is fertile. I don't mean you have to physically move. I'm talking about your mind. See yourself in greener pastures. See yourself having what you want, doing what you want. Okay. And every step of the way, you're finding someone to give to, someone to give to. Someone if you got a piece of bread, give them a little piece.
Mm.
When I first went to Africa, I determined I was going to go and be with the people, and I took a lot of cosmetic and clothes and things like that. I took a lot of sexy clothes, And I went to this club, and I took them to give to the people. But I went down there and I put out a table in front of this nightclub, and I told them, I said, well, you can give me $1 for this dress or something like that. And you know what they did? They would take the dress. Oh, let me try it on. They would take the dress and go away with it. You know, it didn't bother me because I went to give it to them. But I also gave them lipstick, and then I would say, listen, you use the lipstick today. Let your sister use it tomorrow. They're like, what? No, it's my lipstick. And so they're like, no, you can't do that. I say, hey, but I don't have any more lipstick. And then once I was shopping at a stand, it's like a little brown seed that's kind of sweet sour. And the lady had a table as tall as me full of them, okay? Millions of them. And I said to her, let me try one and I'll buy it because I had already eaten them. Do you know that she didn't let me try it? And my husband said, let her try one, she'll buy it. She didn't let me try it. I bought it anyway. I bought a lot of them. I bought 2 bags of them. So the next day when I came, or the next time I came to her, she called me. She said, please come try one. Because people need to learn how to bless. And the only way, it's easier to learn how to bless when you're being blessed. When you give someone something, when you bless them, when you see people down, when I go with a lot of dollars. My husband said, you just can't be giving out money. Why not? Why not? I give you. Yeah, I go with a whole lot of dollars. I give everybody something. That's the way I am. I'm not doing that to be, I'm doing that because it makes my heart, I overflow.
Yes.
I overflow. Oh, this people are telling me that no, they don't have the program. Okay, well, they can see it later. They can see it later.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because I can't even tell them because they don't see the program how to get here. But if they would go on Pan African Live, they could find it.
Yes. Pan
Yeah,
African Daily TV. They just need to give it on on YouTube, and they're just gonna see us live.
yeah,
Okay. If you're
yeah,
looking for a way to connect to us, just type Pan African Daily TV in
yeah,
YouTube, and you'll find Mama
yeah,
Bentley.
yeah. But they don't hear you because they're not here.
Maybe yes. Right.
But yeah, okay, my sister.
Yes. You we're talking about in this case because you don't love yourself, you don't even know yourself, and so you begin to feel inferior. And so even those little things that we're saying is really money, and that you say you need to make money is just part of the process, but actually it's really money the problem for our kids. Now let's take those that even have the money, that they have the money and they still going through some challenges.
Hmm.
We know a lot that actually, I don't know, for whatever reason, of course, we understand that nothing happens to us, but there's still some challenges that
Yeah, well,
we're not getting it, the
okay,
fear.
okay. Excuse
Or even
me.
when they use the money, they use it for, for some other things that really is not appealing to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, but one thing about having a lot of money, it kind of like becomes your ruler. Okay, so if you love money and the power, having the it gives you a sense of having power. Actually, you're very poor because anything material, anything made by man, okay, yeah, it's not valuable. Okay, it's just a piece of paper or a piece of metal. Okay, it's not. We need money, but when you begin to use money as your first love, those people who abuse people because they have money, they don't love themselves. They don't love themselves. They love money more than they love themselves. That's why they're easy to be brought. You can, they'll do anything for money. And so that is so against the original African. Okay, uh, Africans always help each other. Okay, everybody protect. The whole village was blessed. Okay, we blessed from the children up to the old people were blessed. So the thing about it said, without loving yourself, if you have money, it's even worse because you're going to do more harm. If you
Correct.
if you if you don't have money, you won't be able to bless anyone else or yourself if you don't love yourself. But when you begin to say, hey, wow, I'm so blessed. Even if you don't have a penny in your pocket, I am so blessed. I'm so thankful. I'm blessed. When you begin to speak that and what is it, bring it into your heart, into your soul, into your subconscious. When you begin to speak like that, you're speaking power into the universe. Your ancestors like, wow. And that's another thing I do also. Like when I want to do something, when I have a lot to do, I was telling you yesterday, I have a very large 4 meter umbrella that I have to put up out there behind my car. With sometimes, when if I'm not pray, I'm not like when I say prayer, my prayer is thank you. That's all I need. It works for me perfectly. So when I'm in prayer, then I'm just going away. I'm just flying somewhere and just in my mind, I'm just it's so filled with joy. I'm standing on the side of the road on the main road, just smiling, or moving, or just happy. And when I pick up my umbrella, I'm picking up that big umbrella with one hand because when you start giving thanks, you won't believe the power that you'll get. There's nothing can stop you when you have a mind of thankfulness. Everything will start. You'll attract good things to you. Be thankful. Be thankful. Give thanks to your mother. That's another thing. Start at your mother, men. Black African men, start at your mother. I know African men, they hold their mothers up more than any other men on earth, really. But because our mothers didn't have a chance to give you the knowledge, you don't know. So when she sees her son struggling, it hurts her also. And she
Correct.
might expect you to do something that would even don't get angry with her. Don't get angry with her because she got all her because she was also born into the situation. But she also inherited all the problems that we had. So
Mm,
she didn't have anything to give to you. So when she's angry or she's hungry and you can't provide food, so let her express herself, and just say to yourself, that's my mama, and I love her so much. Mama, I'm going to get food for my mama. I'm going to get food. I got food for my mama. I just got to get it in my hands. I got food for my mama. I just got to get it in my hand. I love my mama. Don't get angry with your mama because when you get angry with your mama, you cut your own self off. You cut yourself off from the universe and the ancestors. Okay, love your mother. It's written. Love thy honor thy mother and father that your days are longer.
mm.
Listen, and stronger and stronger. When you have long days and don't have health, you know what? It doesn't mean anything. When you have a long money and don't have health, it don't mean anything. The woman that
Correct.
brought you here on earth, always give her praise. And I hope my son is listening also because just since my grandbaby, yeah, I want him to listen to this too because he's coming next Friday. He's coming here. But
Okay.
because of my grandbaby, my son and I have also began to rebuild our son and mother relationship because we were estranged
Mm,
because it's just like the pressure, the things of trying to be a man and not really knowing the value of a woman.
correct. Mm,
You have to understand without the woman being there, a lot of us, even though our father leaves a lot of time, the mama is there. She
mm.
stays. You have to actually tear her away from her child. Okay, the African mama stays with her baby. Okay, and so the thing about it, I said, no matter what she has to go through, she's got. I see in some photos of children being stolen off the street because the women have to sleep on the street, and then the children are stolen away from them. And the thing about it is that that a black woman she's like a tigress when it comes to her child. Okay, so always love your mama. Okay, if she argues with you, just go and say, okay, mama, let me just get a little break or something, and go away from it. Don't argue back with your mama.
Mm.
Tell your mama, hug your mama when she starts arguing with you. Hug her. When your wife begin to argue with you about not having something, don't argue back with her. Don't take your anger out on her. Go out of the house if you can, if you get angry. Go out of the house and start building yourself back up. Wait a minute. I can do anything. I love myself and I got the whole universe. Come on, ancestors, let's go. I can do it. I am doing what I want to do. I have money coming to me. Let me get it in my hand. You'll find a way. You will always find a way. If you have hope, if you have the power, you got to go for it. You have to go for it. You have to go for everything that you can get out of this life today. Because you know what? Tomorrow's is not promised to you. It's not promised.
Wow.
And everything go on your way covered in love. If you go covered in love, you got all power on your side and within you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mom. Thank you so, so much. I mean, it just
Too
feels
much.
good to hear how many we've been talking about some kind of, political leadership, whatever. But to sit down and get a queen mother talk to you, to the daughters, to the sons, particularly, and, feeling what it is. You said something in the beginning that I think is very important, maybe for our brothers or our husbands to understand. Do you really think that they understand their women? I mean, from mother, woman, sister, daughters, whatever. Do
No,
you
they
think that
don't.
they understand
Who
the
taught
other
them?
energy?
Yeah. Who taught them? Who taught them? We didn't know. We didn't know to teach our children. If you're over 50, you never talk to your children about sex. Who taught them how to love before the African culture was what is that when they go into maturity? Rites of passage.
Mhm.
Then they taught them how to handle a woman, how to be a husband, how to be a father. They were taught. Did you know that?
Yes, in ancient history, yes, they were taught.
Yeah.
They
No,
were
no,
taught.
not in the ancient before, even in the Africa before we were interrupted. We taught our children, that they would know that they never got divorced because they learned what to do. But that time is gone. So now as queens, we have to teach our children and our sons, our brothers, our uncles. We have to teach them. Okay. And we have to do it in love. Yeah, that's one thing I also love from my husband, learned from my husband. Baby, when you talk to me, you sound like you're angry. Because when I'm teaching him something or a little upset, yeah, I am angry. But when I'm trying to teach him something and he's like not getting it, I got all the what is that? I got all this power in me. The ancestors are with me, and I'm roaring, because I'm seeing that, wow, this man is a king. He doesn't know he is a king, you
Yes.
know. And so now he began to say, baby, I am a king. Baby, thank you so much. You made me a king. I said, no, I didn't make you a king. I showed you how to be a king. It's
Mm.
important that we don't try to push a man into, a queen builds her king up. She does
Correct.
not tear him down.
Yes.
So, even though my voice is hard, I told him, listen, just let me move away from the phone, and you hold the phone away from you, because I can't whisper. I can't. It hurts me to try to whisper, you know. So but he did teach me the try to, take my time and talk with him. And so it's, we can, even if you don't have money and she has money, you can still learn from her, and he can, and I learned so much from. I learned what, really, be honest with you, I learned what to love unconditionally is with my husband and his family. I learned that, because when I look at, I mean, I can't just help my husband and don't help my family, I mean, in my African family, I can't do that. So everyone benefits, and you know what? I tell you what, they don't know how good I sleep. I feel so good when I know I did a little bit, that can help them smile and make it easier for them. I feel so good, and they overthink me. I feel bad sometimes because they just so thankful. It's not that much. It's not that much, but for them it means so much, and now I also see that they own the compound. They still have disputes. No, And it's all because of our condition. And I said, no, y'all have to live together, work together, and be stronger. And I tell you what, I'm just so happy that I learned how to be uh, uh, I learned I got empowered through the knowledge of knowing myself and loving myself. And then if there's so much knowledge to come to us. Just you don't even have to look in a book, or you don't have to look on YouTube. If you just get quiet and just start giving thanks, the doors are opening for us. We are so blessed to be black. It's excellent. It is the best that God gave. Okay, God created us in His image. That's why we're still here. No other people could take what's been done to us. No other people. They're gone. Okay, they took all these years, all these thousands of years to get us in this position. People, men, think about this. Okay, it took them thousands of years to get black people in this position. Okay. And they're still doing it. They have not let up. We're still being oppressed. For thousands of years, we've been oppressed, yet we are rising. And when the black men begin to just love the idea of being an African, love that idea. Once you start that alone will bring you to a higher level. Don't see yourself as being poor. Look around. Look at all Europe, all the whole world come to Africa to build their places. Look at the Chinese. Why are they coming over? Why are they coming over here? How did they build China so fast? Africa. So like my husband, like, well, baby, I want to come to Germany. No, you don't need to come to Germany. Stay in Africa. Bill, I want to live in Africa. I don't want you to be in Germany. You don't need to be in Germany. Because when he comes here, like when you meet a German man, your friend, you're gonna hold his hand or give him a hug. My husband don't play that. I can talk to another man, but only I can talk to another man, but no physical contact. In a way, I kind of like that also. But he let him stay in Africa with it, because I don't want him knocking someone out because they hugged me here in Germany, because he don't want no one to touch his wife. I'm his wife, and so I respect that. But that's also he needs. We want to build. I want to build a life in Africa. I don't want to build a life here in Germany. I've been in Germany long enough. I want to be able to go to this coming winter. I want to be able to stay in Africa the whole time. That's what I'm building for. I don't want to be until I get my grandbaby get a little bigger. Now her father's coming. I can go and move to Africa even in the next couple of years. So this is what I'm making plans for. And it's because they think that, look, they think that you make so much money in Germany. But look, I'm paying out. When I told them, listen, I pay 350 euro. What is that, about 2,000 some Ghana CDs a month? They don't even pay that in a year. Okay? They don't even pay that in a year. So because there's a lot of money to be made, but you have to spend a lot of money, don't you? To live here. Mm-hmm. Africans have to build up Africans. African women, African men have to build up each other. We are all that we have. We have the power to build you up. Men, you have the power to be built up. You just need to go back to yourself. Do you want to be built up? Do you want to come out of your position, or you want to keep looking at where you are instead of seeing yourself being a greater person? I tell you what, it makes a lot of difference to me that now that my husband has confidence in himself. Now that he has confidence in himself, it makes a whole lot of difference, because I tell you, it's such a relief, because I don't have to be trying to tell him, you can do it, you can do it. He said, baby, I'm doing it, baby. So yeah. Okay, let me take a break.
We are so thankful. We're thankful to have this kind of knowledge. And this is what Ref was saying yesterday. This is what we should be doing every day.
Yeah,
Just reminding ourselves
yeah,
about the greatness that we are.
yeah,
We want to stop saying we must unite
yeah.
because we are united
We are
already.
united.
We have to just start saying
Yeah,
we are united and we can get much better.
yeah. That's right.
So we are starting to really our role. It was in the days of our forefathers who said, like the Kwame Nkrumah or the Marcus Garvey who said, or late Henry J. Clark, you have to unite. That was the message that they gave to the generation. And imagine us today still saying we must unite. It's as if we're just so stubborn or we don't even understand. That's what Patrick was telling me today.
Yeah,
So we have to refrain from this negative art of telling
yeah,
us something that we're already doing
yeah.
and start putting these things and saying, yes, we are this, claiming it,
Yeah.
being assertive of it. I think
That's
that's the level at which we are now. We are not struggling to unite. We are
no.
already so united long ago.
We're
And we
uniting.
need to start
Yeah.
practicing more.
And you know
Because
what? We're doing it faster than ever before.
Mhm.
We are this time, the whole world, the whole atmosphere is for Africans to rise.
Yes,
This is we are rising. We are, I mean, look, the conversation we have. This is monumental. This is infused. I mean, it is filled with our ancestors.
yes,
Okay, we everything that we need to do with Africa. Only we can, like the Rab said, only we can do it. Only we can do it. Okay, and just like King Mapanga says, we don't need others. We can put our pennies together. We can put our little bit together, and we are the power. We are the power. We just have to start loving each other and start loving ourselves, and then no one would have to tell you to love another African
yes.
because it's magical. Yeah, and it's magnetic. It's magnetic. Yeah,
I hear. I hear this. I hear this. I hear this. I hear this. Love starts by loving yourself. The moment why we feel that we collide, we don't fuse too much is because each and every one of us is still going through a healing. And so you can't give what you don't have.
yeah,
And the little that have, like you found yourself, or those that are awake, they now know it. And you see, the more we are awake, the more not just connected, but we're so humble. We become really us. We
yeah.
don't have anybody to prove anything to.
That's right.
We're not living in their mentality the way they want to see us.
Yeah,
If I'm just full of myself because I know I'm a queen. I'm a goddess from the richest continent ever. And so I
that's right.
don't have to beg. I
That's
don't
right.
have to beg. My brothers, my queens, my kings will give me everything that I want. What
That's
is it
right.
that I need from you? Keep your
Yeah,
stupid job. I
yeah,
don't need your job. I have
no,
too much work to work for my people. I have
that's
too
right.
much work to work for my continent. I don't
Yeah,
need to get your engineers or your whatever job working for you to get a salary.
yeah,
No, we have a continent to
yeah.
build. And
That's
even
right.
volunteering and sitting and knowing that we can put that, if we all would just know who we are
Yeah,
and know the potentials that we are, we don't need to beg for anything. We don't look for any jobs. We create those jobs. Look at Africa.
that's
Look at
right.
the opportunities everywhere. And the young people on the continent that are watching us, particularly we're addressing the young leaders that are the kings that are roaring tomorrow. And we're still saying, oh, we lack jobs, and 60% of Africans are unemployed because all their leaders. Who is the one who has to create a job for you? You
Yeah,
are a king. You are ruling a whole continent, a
yeah,
whole community, a
yeah,
whole family. You
yeah,
are a leader. You have to work.
yeah. Have
And
to
there's things
work.
to do.
Yeah, yeah. You
Hard
got to
work.
work and know that you're successful. You got to know nothing can keep me down. And I sometimes I have to confirm this all day because it's very few people. Germans, they're not people that believe in God and all that. I mean, they don't put it down, but they don't get involved like we do, you know. But the thing about it is that Germans are working. They get up in the morning. They work when they go to make money, and they work with also when they play. They work hard and they play hard, and they enjoy life. Okay, and they help each other out. And so this is what we have to do. We have to start now. Germans love Germany. I mean, they love German. They're so proud of this talking, and another German walked up. Whereas when you go, when you a lot of Africans, and I found also like what is the Ethiopians that are here, or the Eritreans that are here. They're they're a little strange. So I always start talking to them because it's not that often that American and Ethiopians get together, you know.
Mm.
So but every time I see a black man or a black woman on the street, I always speak to them. I don't care who they're with. I always give them a compliment. I don't care how they look. I always say, "You're so beautiful." "Oh, wow, you're so handsome." You know, I always do that. You know, I mean, they be looking at me like, "Well, who is she?" You know, but I'm just giving you the truth. To be black is the most wonderful thing you can do. You can be, because
Oh,
actually your heart, you have a soft heart. We just been hurt so much, so we've stoned it in.
mm.
We've stoned our heart in. But when you begin to love yourself, you break the stone. You break
Yeah.
through. You begin to come to light, and then good thoughts begin to come into you. And when
Mm.
you have something against someone, if they if you have a, you know, the thing about it is that when you have something against people, it stops you from getting all the gifts and the blessings, because actually you block yourself.
Correct.
Because if you put negative out, you get negative in.
Correct.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's easy to hold on to something negative. If
Mm.
a person did something to you, forgive them.
Mm.
First of all, I forgive myself for feeling bad. If I have a bad thought towards that person, I say, no, 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 no. I forgive them. They don't know no better. Okay. People do not, we don't know. We don't know how to love each other. We don't know how to talk with each other. We don't know because we're so busy just trying to survive. The majority, too many Africans are just trying to survive, whereas the ones who have too much, they don't just share. They
Mm.
don't go into where the poor people are. Here, here, here. You know, they don't do that anymore. But
Mm.
that is the true nature of Africans. We love to give. We're the only people. Look at what happened. When someone killed us, they shoot us down. You see, we're saying forgive them. Forgive them. I don't know if I can do that now. I probably shoot them back because I'm not that perfect. I am a warrior also. But you know, it's easy for me to forgive because I forgive myself. Okay, because nobody has perfected being a perfect person on this life. We are working towards that, and the more love you have in you, starting with yourself, guess what? The more you grow, the
Correct.
more light you have. Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
yeah,
Yes. We need to learn everything again,
yeah,
how to
yeah,
love each other,
yeah,
learn even how to forgive, how to let go, how to move on,
yeah,
learn how to reconcile the past before you move on. You can never move on to the past without to the future without fixing the past. No
that's
way.
right. That's right.
You can
That's
we act it, but it's not real, and it would
yeah,
never happen.
yeah,
So we have a lot of issues to deal with, and we're so grateful, Ma, that you're telling us this, and we are feeling. And I hope our kings out there are listening to this empowerment. You need to
yeah.
start by loving yourself,
Hmm.
um, giving yourself that love and affection. And when
Yeah,
you are just that cheerful, lovely king and just so sweet, and we love you, we just feel it. You don't
yeah,
even need
yeah.
anything to
Don't
prove
have to
for.
say anything. Yeah, don't have to say anything. It's magnetic. We pick up on it. And
It's
another thing too, like,
magnetic.
yeah, a lot, because if you don't love yourself, you will always be doubtful about falling in love with someone.
Yes.
Because you don't build yourself up. You don't see yourself as being a beautiful person. And because you think like that, you don't do too many beautiful things. So you have to change. You have to change your mind and say, I want to live and love. And then love comes to you. Love is always there. Love is always there. But we block it. We stop it because we put that circle of negative energy around us.
Mm,
That love is knocking on the door of our heart. But
mm,
we got to break through the stone. Forget about what has happened to you that was bad. If
yes.
it was bad, I try to forget it. A lot of time when somebody do me something bad, and people come and say, "Wait, remember what? Don't you remember so and so?" I say, "No, I don't remember," because I actually I try to wipe. If it's bad, I try to wipe them out of my mind, because you have to work on that. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself always going back to what that person did to you bad, and you'll start repeating it in your mind, and you make it worse. You're blocking yourself off. You're stoning your heart. But if you have love for yourself, you know what? Your heart, your heart, and your heart is flowing like your blood through your body,
Mm,
refreshing, 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 and it's a circle of love that you're giving out. Love draws people to you, and it draws money to you also. But you got to use your mind and your body and your soul to. I will accomplish everything I want you in life. I don't care what the odds. The odds, everything is telling you you were born in hell, you're gonna die in hell. That's a lie. That's a
mm,
lie. And only those who don't know themselves and love themselves accept that.
correct.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It has been a wonderful pleasure having you to get this first series of how do we move, I mean, from a point of an experience of self-love. How do we start empowering ourselves by giving ourselves that love? We're going to go also to the next series to say, but what does it mean loving yourself? Those are concrete steps that, we'll be treating it. So Baba Buntu, Dr. Baba Buntu is going to be live with us tomorrow, also on
Wonderful.
this concept of how do we deal with the crisis among us, particularly in the manhood process. He's also an expert on this topic on
Wonderful.
empowering men, our own corners, our own challenges that we go through. Because most often it's always about the woman, or the woman is marginalized, the women are single, the women are, the cause of whatever. And so, or the girl child is the one that is less privileged. But of course, now we also understand that we don't have this gender inequality or gender imbalance. Yes, the systems that we've inherited have actually trained us into that. But how do we go back to being our normal selves as spiritual beings, in the balance and the principles of Ma'at, in this balance of who is just doing what it takes only love to tangle,
Yeah.
real love. And love, we all know, we can say it if there are no actions of truth.
Yeah.
Truth is what is love.
That's right.
Because even the truth feels it,
Yeah.
it uplifts you, it
Yeah.
frees you,
Yeah.
and so you are free. And if you're never free, how can you
Yeah.
get love? So sometimes when we just say love yourself, but if you
Yeah.
have a bundle of issues to deal with, and you
Yeah.
don't start by dealing with all these things, selecting them and putting them in the right place, love would never locate you. So
Yeah.
those are the stones that I think Mama was talking about. Those stones are the things that we all carry, the burdens of the
Mhm.
past, of deceit, of manipulation, of,
Mhm.
of thinking clever, of a lot
Yeah.
of things that you're even not conscious of.
Yeah.
Probably
Hmm.
when we start dealing, you want love to come to you, you have to keep it clean.
Yeah.
You have to get a
That's right.
clean record and it's going to locate you. But if you're still carrying all these heavy loads, and it is absolutely difficult. So start by dealing with those things. Look
Yeah.
at yourself and look at the truth,
Yeah.
your challenges.
Yeah.
It's difficult for us to really teach about men. We've had this topic, and that's why we started it today, that the
Yeah.
men are coming over. So teach us about manhood.
Yeah.
It's difficult. There are some principles that you can put, but like we say, start with yourself. You know yourself than any other person. If
Yeah.
you're just honest and truthful to yourself, and you look at your own self and don't lie to yourself, I think you would have
Yeah.
done 50% of any other thing that is same for us. But because we're on the topic of manhood and possession, I think that was very necessary to say. So we thank you so much, my queen. One last
Yes.
word from you. What is it that you just want to tell us for the last time? A giveaway.
Oh, well, I want to just say, next week I'll be 07. Okay, my grandbaby says you know in Germany they reverse the numbers. Isn't that nice?
It is.
If it's 36 in Germany, it's 73. But when they say it, but my grandbaby said I'm the same age as she. She's 7. She said, "Grandma, you the same age as I am. You just have a 0 uh, with your 7." But I put the 0 because I'm living in Germany. I put the 0 in front. I'm living to be 120 because then I should be through with whatever I wanted to do. But so I'm almost a little bit over half middle age. Okay, so, but with every year, with every moment I get, I'm more in. I'm so happy when I look in the mirror and I see a line or a wrinkle in my face, and I was like, "Hey, girlfriend, you deserve that. You earned it." So,
Yeah.
whatever if you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, go turn away from that mirror and start just saying to yourself, "I'm beautiful. I love me." And then
You
look back in the mirror and see how beautiful you are.
Oh, Mama, this is so sweet. Happy, happy before. We don't wish
Yes,
before, but we're going to
yes,
celebrate you. You know that
yes,
the Pan African Daily TV celebrates actually, our Earth Day. So now we know we're going to send you a happy birthday card,
yes,
loving you and sharing you everything. Of course, every one straight point or a white hair that pops us is another beautiful reminder to tell you you are still here and you're making it big time. So thank you
yes.
so much, Mom. Thank
Thank
you.
you, my sister, my queen. I love you so much.
Thank you too. But you're still staying here because we're rounding up. And yes, nobody's kicking you out. You're not going. You smile so sweet. And if somebody would have even tell us that, give us your age, hey, come. And I see the way your babe is loving you. You are still going to crack it up to. We still have some scores, right? 30 plus.
Yes.
We're gonna meet in
Okay.
Ghana. We're gonna
Yeah.
walk it out, go to some disco and eat some
Yes.
fresh mangoes and swim at the beaches. So that's just too much to
Yes.
enjoy.
Yes. Yes.
That's just
Okay.
too much. Yeah, thank you, Mama. Thank you. And we are going to have you again very soon on this program. Good night to you and all the
Good
best.
night.
Yeah.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there. And
Yeah.
I just want to say I love and I love all people, but I especially love black people because I'm black. And I think everybody should be like that. And black men, you are very, very special. Okay. See that for yourself. Love you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Wow. Amen. This is yes, yes. Carrie Banks is asking what is her contact. Hey, okay. She's gonna Carrie. Just drop me your text in the WhatsApp group. Nasha is watching. We're going to give you her contact. Anybody that wants to actually get in contact with Mama Bentley or Miss Bentley, of course, we have her direct contact. And let me tell you what that she didn't want to say here, and I wanted her to go out of the show. Then we say it. Actually, she is actually grooming and teaching, giving these lessons. When we come here, we talk about the general ideas, but we're going to get specific seminars on this. Honestly, it is not a joke. We're going to start getting webinars for young boys, for men in different categories with different needs, because all our needs are not general. There's some people here that we're watching that already they love themselves. They do all the things that we're saying, but they still have some other needs. There's just still some things that are not matching up. They don't know how to react in certain circumstances, and they need the touch of the mother or the motherhood or the queens. They must not be mother because their age, no. But when you say mothers, even we have young mothers. And so talk to your queens. Nobody will solve your own problems, our kings. Nobody. No therapy that is looking not like me would help. We do it in love. We're not going to do it in that kind of a system that we say, oh, you know what? I'm the one teaching my man this, or like this kind of arrogance, like, taking some pride in. No, we just do it because we know we belong together. We support it. Not everything would work out. Yes, but the little that we know from our own experience, what we want from you, how we want you to treat us, how we want you to treat your sisters that are of the other gender, how we want you to treat even your girlfriends and your mother-in-laws and your mothers and everything that is on the opposite. It is only us that can tell you, because we are on that. And of the same thing too, we will start asking our kings too, how do we also want to be treated by you? So all these things, like we say, through all this miseducation, we're coming back to our senses. And now coming back to our senses means the first thing that we are recognizing is like we knew nothing, because everything that we were taught was not of us, right? Now we have to redevelop, build that system of discipline, and just give it away. There's just a lot that we've inherited, we've carried, even from our past, even from our own very families. Who doesn't have it? The first thing is know yourself. Knowing yourself, unpack it. Look at yourself first. Before you come to our seminars, do the homework yourself. Cleanse yourself first. Be in unison. And this is what the trainer will not tell you. Because the trainer will not tell you, go and speak truth to yourself. The first freedom that you need is you. The first freedom. That's how I got saved. That's how I got awoke. That's how I had to look at my own self in the mirror a couple of times and tell some things to myself that I know is wrong. So be yourself first. Be yourself before you start looking for order. If not, you're still going to be somebody else. So if you come to a trainee session where we're training, or the mothers will tell, oh, you have to be this. So you're going to still do what they tell you to do. And it's still wrong because it's not you. So you have to start with you first. There are so many things that we do that are wrong, and we don't want to admit it. And we're so proud of it. And we're even arrogant about it. It's not going to help you. And so you cannot be doing those things and wanting to be somebody else. So our kings, we love you so, so much. We cannot live without you. We can't, because we belong to each other. Professor James says it, logo me. I belong to you. You belong to me. There's no way we would exist. There's no way we're going to start doing what the system is telling us. No, and then I become a female male. And then you become a male male. And then I become a female female. Where? How come? No. There is no way we would ever become that. No way. Not in this generation, not even in the one to come. We just ask, I need you, you need me. It is a whole balance. It doesn't matter what kind of challenges, and we will get there. So I want to thank you. Be in touch with us tomorrow. Dr. Bababuntu is coming on live from South Africa. You know him, he was here, and he's been giving a lot of seminars, like to say, men on men, we have our own, but he's going to talk about some general things that we need to know both, but he's going to focus really on these teachings. And he has a lot that is more of a research, more of, today is a motivation, inspiration, try to spark us up. But he is a scholar, particularly on this topic. And so he's going to speak from, his research work and from the surveys that he's been doing, and what is it that we really need. It can be something very important that you will learn and take it over and pass it on. So we see ourselves tomorrow, same time. Please, if we have a delay like today, just bear with us. We would be live. Okay. Good night to you. Bye-bye.